Welcome to chapter 23. In this chapter, we will look at the intensive verb stems particularly and do a few examples of those. The intensive verb stems, you'll learn a lot more about this in a third semester or in Dr. Fuller's second grammar called Biblical Hebrew Syntax. Um, the intensive stems are the PL, the PUAL, and the HITHPAL. And what you actually get, the PL is the standard intensive stem, changing the meaning of a word like katal, to kill, into a PL, kitel, would change the meaning to a slaughter or an extensive killing. So you either kill someone violently, or it would be an extensive kill. You kill a lot of people one after another, something like that, or you kill a lot of sheep one after another. Um, and so that's how these stems will work. The pual then is the passive of the PL, and then the HITHPAL is the passive reflexive of the intensive. Now, just because these stems we call intensive stems, that is true, but it is also kind of a fairly elementary look and view of these stems. So we'll learn more later on how those are used. We also have the factative PL, a declarative PL. So a lot of those things will be covered in Dr. Fuller's next grammar. For now, let's look at how to create some of these things so that we can parse them. The first one that I want to look at is indeed a PL, and we're going to kind of use a step process on these like we have before. Step one on these is going to be the boxes, and so we just take the root three letters that we have there, and we are going to superimpose our PL box on these letters. So there's our box. If you remember, our PL box looked something like this. That's it. That's from our chart in chapter 22:6. And so that's what we just superimpose over that. Now, I put a dagesh in this dalet right here. And I did that because it's a Begad Kifat letter preceded by the absence of sound. So that's not part of our box, but we do need that there. Step two then on the verbs is going to be figuring out the thematic vowel. Remember, the thematic vowel is the vowel under the second root letter. And in the PL, we have A-E/E. Okay, now we're dealing with a perfect, and so we're going to look at this side. We don't want to use that one at all then. And we're dealing with a 3ms. Remember that the third person refers to this small letter. So we're going to go with a serre right there. We have diber. Step three is going to be our call. Sorry. And what we want to do when we get to the call is we're going to recall the paradigm that we learned in 17 through 19, chapters 17 through 19. So forget PL for just a second. Think about the call perfect 3ms, and it is indeed this, katal. Now, what we're looking for here, and we'll see this a little bit better in a minute, is we're looking for any preformatives or suffomatives. So we're looking for anything in front of the normal stem, and we're looking for the normal triliteral root, and we're looking for anything after it. In this case, with the 3ms, we don't have anything. So our final step is to just recognize the word as such, diber. Okay. So we don't have anything to attach to the end of the word. Let me kind of show you this. If we were going to do a 1CS, okay, our thematic vowel would be A, but we would end up with this. Oops. We would end up here, dibarti. Okay, so the box, the theme vowel, and then here's the ending of katalti, right, that we would use. So we disregard what's associated with the triliteral root, we do pick up what's associated here. In the example that we're currently working, we don't have anything associated with the call perfect 3ms as far as subformatives or preformatives, so we just end up with this as our answer, D-bare. Okay, PL perfect 3ms. Oops, let me erase that. There we go. Good. Let's look at another one here, and this time I think we have a hithpael, and we're going to do a participle, feminine plural, of nava. So let's start out just real systematically here. Let's look at what is our box, and in the hifil participles we have mit, with the dagesh, right? Remember in the hithpael we have this double quotation mark here, and that's going to indicate this dagesh forte. So there's our box, and we can just put that right over top of our root. Okay. There we go. So we have mit, na, and that's all we really know we're dealing with now. Second one, we're going to do the thematic vowel for the hithpael. We have a, e, a. However, we're dealing with a participle, and so we actually want to look here for the thematic vowel, not here. So our thematic vowel in this case is going to be e. Let's just superimpose that on the word right there and keep everything else the same. So we're now at mit nave. Third step, we're going to look to the call, and we get kotelot as the feminine plural active participle. And so we're going to take this ot. Remember, we're looking for subformatives and preformatives, and we're just going to put that on here. Let me see if I can get this to work out. So we have mit nabe ot. There we go. And I don't think there's anything odd going on with that one. This section right here sometimes will assimilate, metathesize, do some different things in the hithpael, but in this case we don't have a nun with a silent schwa, and we don't have a sibilant, so I think that's okay. And that would be our form right there. Okay, mit naveot, as the hithpael participle feminine plural. So hope you see how we did that. If you have any questions on those, please let me know.